position are you at now compared to 4 months ago?
Financially, a lot stronger. We had two really successful campaigns. The first two converted 12 on each of them out of the 23, 24 that signed up. Got another campaign just started at the minute. I've signed up 3 so far out of 4 meetings. There's more coming through the Instagram and Facebook, email coming through. There's just more coming my way now, which is great.
What's up, guys? So today we are catching up with Sean from CrossFit Tadcaster. Now this is a special one. Let me put somewhere in this video. I've got the recording of when I first cold called Sean when I was setting up Gym Grow. I was working for free. I was just calling gyms and saying, hey, do you want help with your marketing? Do you want help getting more members? And Sean picked up and he was literally like, I'm ready to close my gym. I've given up on it. I've sacked the lease off. Like, I'm done with it. I managed to talk him around. I said, give us 4 weeks. Give us 4 weeks to get some members in the door and get your faith back in that you can make this gym a success and that it can actually stop paying you, because he was working full-time as a teacher and still is, but the gym was breaking even, and if that, sometimes less than that, caused him stress. And he's like, what's the point in this? My rent's going up. Why am I doing this? Here's the cold call recording.
I'll be honest, I'm actually just in the process of looking to wrap it up.
Sean was one of my very first clients. We're probably coming up 4 months in now, and we're going to see how he's getting on. How was your holiday, by the way?
It was really good, thank you. Yeah, it was nice to totally switch off. Sent a message out to the members before I went and just said, look, I'm going away for a week. I'm not going to reply to you. So the coaches will get in touch with me if they can't answer your question. So yeah, it worked really well. Just coming back to it now, trying to get back in. Obviously, coming back to a bank holiday weekend and stuff like that.
I've got some stuff I want to talk about in terms of, I think, how we can help and sort of identify a few bottlenecks. But before that, Sean, I want to talk about where you started. I've got the video of you cold call you when it was like you, like, obviously one of the first clients to be like, do you need any help with your marketing, where you at? And you're like, look, I'm shutting the place down. I've handed my lease in. Where you were at then compared to what was the position you were in then when I cold called? Because this story has been like really rewarded on my side. But yeah, if you could explain sort of where you started.
I just had an email from the landlord's letting agent just saying that the lease was up for renewal. They wanted me to commit to 5 years. They were putting it up by 40-something%. I got no coaches, so I was coaching every hour, about 1 a week, really. Membership numbers weren't great. We were just sort of ticking over. I wasn't taking any sort of salary from it. I just had enough, really. 4.5 years in, and I think at that point I'd had 5 weeks off in 4.5 years, working 23, 24 hours a week in the gym, coaching classes, trying to do all the programming, the marketing and everything else with it. And it was just getting too much, really. Working a full-time job as well, and having 2 young kids, well, relatively. So, and now we're, 4 months down the line, 5 months down the line?
Yeah, I think it's just been 4 months. I think we started April or end of April. So 4 months.
It's definitely Easter holidays. So we had two really successful campaigns, and the first 2 converted 12 on each of them out of the 23, 24 that signed up. Got another campaign just started at the minute. I've signed up 3 so far out of 4 meetings. I've got another one at 11 today. Actually, I've got to go back in for 11 today, and then some more tomorrow. Yeah, it's just really, really positive. And as well, like there's more coming through now with just through the web, well, not through the website, but through the Instagram and Facebook, emails coming through.
Yeah, more awareness, more traffic to the page.
So there's just more coming my way now, which is great.
Before I get into the campaigns though, because I want to talk through campaigns and potentially the last campaign, what happened there and how we can optimize and make sure we're doing well with this one. Again, because I want to show the gym owners what's possible, because a lot of gym owners I speak to still are stuck in the mindset of like they can't get out of the position they're in, and there's no hope to be able to earn more money, step back from the business if they want to, and run a gym as a successful business to make money. Like, I know it's only been 4 months, but what position are you at now compared to 4 months ago?
Financially, a lot stronger. I've been able to take a salary for the first time in 2.5 years, really, for the last, pretty much since April, wasn't it? I remember my message to say, what was it? I've taken a salary for the first time. I've got somebody coming to coach. and I bought a robot Hoover. In terms financially for me, it's a lot stronger. We've had a few blips this last month or two. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the last campaign wasn't amazing. We've had obviously the increase in rents hit now, so that's an extra £450 a month on top of what we were. I've had a gas and electric bill which came out of nowhere, which is obviously hit, and then a couple of accountant bills as well. So the last month or so hasn't been great, but we're definitely a lot stronger. This current campaign, I'm hoping obviously that I think the last one, I think the timing was maybe not quite right with us with it being through the school holidays. That was, to me, in my head, that was a big one.
Yeah, so I want to talk through what's happened with that one. So first campaign, we spent £420 on ads. You brought in 2K in front end revenue from your intro program. So you got 20 signups and you converted 12 of them long term. The second campaign, spent 500 on ads, brought in 1.7K in revenue from the front end. That's 17 signups and converted 13 of them long term. Third campaign, the last campaign, spent £500 on ads and brought in £100 in front end revenue. You got one sign up. So what happened there, and why do we think? I've got some reasons as to why I think, because I've looked at the campaign, right? And we have, across that campaign, across that £500 ad spend, we have generated 46 leads. So 46 people have entered their details, say, hey, look, I'm interested in this. What happened then? Did how many bookings did we get? How many sales consults did we book? And how many did we convert?
We had 8
sales
booked, 1 turned up. So technically 100% success rate, but only on the one person that turned up. And she converted as well, to be fair.
You are good at sales, though.
Obviously, it's getting them there, though. It's like I've had 2 people in this morning. One of them's partner was on not the last course, but the second course we ran, and she's got him to come in, and his comment was, "It's not easy to find, is it?" And and it isn't easy to find, and they both signed up this morning, and I've just confirmed with 11 o'clock that he's definitely coming. I had an 11 o'clock yesterday. I went back for it and he didn't turn up. I had messaged him, he just didn't reply to my messages. So it is getting them in, really. Once they're there and once I've got them in front of me, I think my conversions are pretty good. The normal sticking point is people that might turn up and want daytime classes, which at the minute we don't offer, or that they don't think the times quite work for them, kind of thing. That the feedback I've had, just with like slotting classes around kids. But generally, if they're in front of me, they're generally signing up.
From looking at the data as well, and I've gone back into your CRM, into where everyone's messaging you and going into all the conversations, etc. So when we first started, because you're one of the first clients, obviously we built all the ad campaigns and we set you up with the CRM, etc. You've not got any AI implemented into your CRM. So at the minute, you're doing all the manual follow-up. Obviously, we've got the automations. So we've got the automated message that goes out saying, hey, would you like to book a meeting, etc. But then that's it. So what we've implemented now, because we've basically built out an actual AI team at GymGrow, which is going to sit on your WhatsApp, potentially on your website if you want it as well. But the low-hanging fruit is getting it on your WhatsApp and getting it for all these leads that are coming through, for the AI to automatically respond and book them into consults. I want to build that out for you because that's going to save you a lot of time, but also the speed to getting back to these people is super important. Because if we look at it as like a funnel and we say, look, we're getting 46 leads up here and then we're only getting 8 bookings, like that's a big drop off. And then I know we only have 1 turn up, again, another big drop off. But how do we maximize the amount of people that are showing up? Well, 1 is the touch points to get them in. And 2, it's the speed to replying to them. Obviously, I understand you've got a full-time job. For you to get back to people, especially in the day, is probably not happening, is what I've seen from the data, right? How long would you say your, on average, like your response time is?
You're not going to put this on Instagram, are you?
This is going straight on Instagram. 3-day response time.
Don't put this bit on Instagram because I'll get into business.
Okay.
As soon as I see the message, I will reply to it.
Yeah. But normally, average.
Within sort of half an hour, really. Parent or a child in front of me, I can check my phone if I'm in my office and I can quickly reply to stuff.
There was a Harvard business study which took into account thousands of interactions of basically lead generation, so people submitting the details. And I'll send you the study because it's really interesting. The difference from a response within 5 minutes to 30 minutes for just getting a reply, so not booking a consult, but just getting a reply, was 100 times more likely at 5 minutes. Like, people want things immediately. They want things now. We're in the age of Amazon Prime, of like fast fixes, social media. Want it today, I want it next day. I want things now. So even the drop off between 30 minutes, I know that's like potentially like, well, it's a quick response time. With implementing this AI into WhatsApp, we've got a 3-second response time. So like it not only takes the work off you, but then it's also going to reply so much quicker and book them into consults. Like it will increase your number of bookings.
As I say, I mean, sometimes if I've got my phone with me and it pings, then I'll reply straight away.
But this campaign run now, so it's only be, so you've had already, is that right? 47 leads.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
47 leads.
There's a load just came in this morning.
Yeah, 5 days. Yeah, wow. So absolutely flying with this one. The cost per lead is actually really, really low, £5.50. So really, really low cost per lead. Big opportunity to sign a load of people up here. So obviously you do your best to book as many consults as you can. But in the meantime, I'm going to get the tech team to build out this AI for you so that we've got that running on autopilot. So you can just focus on the sales consults and onboarding people. Because I think that's going to be really, really useful. But yeah, off to a flying start. You say how many you signed up this week?
So about 3 pair.
Nice.
I had 2 last night. They've said they're going to join. And then I had 2 on Monday who I had to do it over the phone. They'd booked in for 10 o'clock on Monday morning. I met with another lady. We waited for them. They didn't turn up. I waited till 11:15. Came home, picked my phone up as I was getting out of the car, and it said, we're sat outside. So I rang them up and they were like, oh, we're here. We said 11 o'clock. I went, you're in my calendar for 10. Turned out they were in France when they booked it.
Swiss road times.
So they've booked 11. It's come through as 10 because obviously 10. So we ended up, I said I'd go back, but they were like, oh, well, can we just do it over the phone? So they've said they wanted the details. They're going to join. So potentially, on top of the 3 that's already joined, there's potentially another 4 there.
How many could you take on maximum for an intro program?
Do you know what? I don't know if 24 at the minute would be pushing it a little bit. I think if we hit 12 to 14, I think I would be quite happy, to be honest. I think
it's a more manageable number.
Yeah, if you look at the conversions of like 20 going up, 12 signed up, I just think if we had 10 or 12, maybe 14, I reckon I could probably convert all of them.
I agree. You can put a lot more time and effort and energy into them, can't you? As opposed to 20 is a lot of different individual conversations, and then having 20 meetings with them to check in on how they're getting on, and 20 messages every other day. Yeah, it adds up for sure. I think that's a more manageable load, and do that more consistently as opposed to big intake and then a big drop off, because ultimately that is the thing that's building the revenue of the gym, isn't it? It's not just the front end revenue, it is the monthly long-term revenue. So like first campaign, I know you got 12 signups. Well, that's 1.2k recurring revenue a month and 14k annually. Second campaign, 13 signups. That's 15k added annual revenue and another 1.2k recurring revenue. Like that's the thing that's gonna keep bumping up. And then for you to get to a position where you're hiring a general manager, where you're hiring coaches, like that's the revenue you need to generate to do that. And what is the end goal, Sean? Where do you want to be at in the next 6 to 12 months? What does that look like? Are you quitting teaching yet or no?
I start a new job next week.
Yeah.
So no, at the minute, no. I think for me, the dream would be yes. I quit teach. I leave school. I work full time in the business, and I work very few hours. But I think realistically, for me, for the next year or so, I need to get that stability in the business. It needs to give me back some of the money that it owes me. In terms of, I'm probably 50 to 60 grand into it. It needs to start paying me back some of the directors' loans that it's had. And with that, it's not, because I've not taken a salary, obviously that money then goes into the director's loan pot, doesn't it? Because it's gone through HMRC and everything, and it looks like I've been paid it within the business at the minute. So it needs to start giving me some of that back, as well as a steady salary guaranteed. But ultimately, I want to get in a position where I'm stepping back from coaching. I think there's an element of daytime is a good growth area, but given where we are, to me, the demographics are an older adults class, and I need to find the right person to run that. The lad that's coaching for me at the minute, Waverley, is doing great. The feedback from the members has been absolutely fantastic.
When we initially started, you'd not signed your lease. What have you signed into your lease now? For how long, and what does that look like?
The lease it's 3 year with a break every year, 6 month notice period. So, but I have started paying the new lease. I'm just waiting for the actual paperwork. The lease has been backdated to when the first month at the new amount was coming out. The real problem is that within Tadcaster, there isn't anywhere else to go. You then move into Sherburn or you move into Garforth, and then you're in Sherburn Industrial Estate. There isn't a unit on there for less than $3,000 a month. A step up in terms of size to move to there, you're looking at $6,000 a month.
I guess the goal then is to fill the current facility. How many more members would you say before you're at capacity?
I think if we can get to the 100 mark,
And how many are you at now?
so if you take the kids out of it, around 66, we're at the end of the month, so there's a couple that are due to come off.
And how many were you at when we started? What was the initial line when we started?
Around 45.
Nice. So we've done like 20, 25.
Yeah, big growth.
And then, so if we continue this, I know the last campaign we signed 1 up and we should sign 15, 20 up, but it was looking like we're going to rectify that now this campaign, especially with implementing this AI. So realistically, on average, the first 2, you've long-term sign up, 12, second campaign, 30. If we can hit them consistently and have that 10 to 15 sign up long-term into 12-month commitments, we're probably 4 campaigns away from hitting 100. Bear in mind, there's probably going to be a bit of churn. There's going to be a few members leaving each month, as it is with anywhere. We're not that far away.
I mean, I'd like to think by Christmas that the numbers will be where ideally they need to be. You know, I still think daytime is where we need to grow, but it's finding the right people to run the right classes at that time of day. You know, you can't have an 18-year-old teaching a 60+ class because he'll have no understanding of how a 60-year-old moves and the problems that, even not being funny, even at 48, and a 48-year-old moves.
And I just want to say, Sean, your work is paying off. I know, because it can feel sometimes like you're just grinding and grinding and grinding, you're not getting anywhere. But like you've done such an amazing job in the last 3-4 months already to get to this point, and I'm really excited to see where you're going to be in the next 6 to 12 months.
No, it's been really positive, as I say. I think, I'll be honest, the last campaign was disappointing for me. You know, I felt disappointed with it. I was sending messages out, chasing people up, ringing, and not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, not getting a reply, or getting a reply back, oh, I can't do this, and oh, it's the wrong time of year or whatever. And it got a bit disheartening, that. This one started off more positively already.
I think, again, we just need the follow-up faster. We need the follow-up faster, and with this AI, I think we're going to see a big improvement. But already in this campaign as well, we've seen a big improvement. And sometimes the offer can be slightly wrong. We can maybe be marketing slightly to the wrong demographic, etc. And so it's just figuring that out. But I think we had 47 leads, so it's not as if we were like, we won't get the interest. We just got to look at it as a funnel. We're not getting to the next stage. How do we optimize that? Let's implement AI and let's see how that goes. Great to catch up, Sean. I've got another call now, so I've got to shoot you off. But yeah, really great to see you smashing it, and I'm super excited for the future.
Enjoy Dubai.
Yes, I'm loving it so far.
I can imagine.
See you later. Bye. How rewarding is that? Seeing him thrive, 25 more members now in the past 4 months, and that's into long-term commitments. And where he's going to be at in the next 6 to 12 months, if he continues at the rate he's going, is going to be absolutely awesome. So good seeing other gym owners smash it, make more money, get their lives back, and actually enjoy running the gym again. See you in the next one.